Hi, listeners. Jenna here. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the podcast and listening to all of my great interviews that I've done so far. I hope to continue bringing you more amazing interviews with people that are right here in our community of Grand Prairie. But to do that, I need your help. If you love what I'm doing and want to see me do more, I want to offer you a chance to support the podcast financially by making a donation to our PayPal account, which is at the Faces of Grand Prairie. It goes to help me with editing software, recording platforms and equipment, and my time so that I can keep bringing you quality interviews with people from around our city. No donation is too small, and all are very much appreciated. Again, that's our PayPal account, which is at Faces of Grand Prairie. Thank you so much in advance, and on to the interview. Welcome to GPISD Seniors Week on the Faces of Grand Prairie podcast. Today I'm welcoming South Grand Prairie High School senior Samantha Vargas. Samantha is Senior Lieutenant for the Cheyennes. She is a member of the National Honor Society and was a Beta Club member for the SGP Early College High School. Not only is Samantha graduating this year as a warrior, she is also graduating with her Associates of Science degree from Mountain View College at the same time. She was such a delight to talk to, and I know that there are big things in the works for this hard-working young lady. I had a video of our interview, and unfortunately, the video file was corrupted from Zoom as it downloaded. So I only have audio of our interview now. And I was so sad because she did the interview in front of all of her homecoming moms, but I was able to find a picture of her and her senior mom that I'm putting on the video for YouTube because we do talk about it in the interview, and I certainly want you to see it because it is a sight to see. Without further ado, here's Samantha Vargas. Well, hello. We have a very special edition of the Faces of Grand Prairie podcast today. I am actually with Miss Samantha Vargas. Hi, Samantha.
Hi.
Samantha is a senior this year in Grand Prairie. Now, tell me which school you are at. I can assume I know, looking at your moms.
I'm at South Grand Prairie High School. I am also a part of the early college program, so that's always fun.
Oh, wow. What does that entail?
That has entailed me taking college classes since my freshman year. My freshman and sophomore year, the college professors came to us, and then my junior and senior year, we would be traveled and taken to Mountain View to take our classes there. So.
Wow. And what was it in? Like, what were you going to school for at Mountain View?
Well, I'm trying to get my Associates of Science.
Oh, okay.
So, yes. I have over the past 4 years, I've accumulated over 60 college credit hours. So I should be getting associates at the end of May.
That is so amazing. You know, Grand Prairie has done such a good job with making sure that you guys are prepared and ready to go to college. We did not have that when I went to South Grand Prairie.
I get that all the time.
We graduated in 98. We always had college credit hours, but there's just a lot more opportunity you guys have for graduating and being kind of done. So when you graduate, will you also have your associates?
Yes, ma'am, I will. Well, we're not sure how the graduation is supposed to go now because of everything going on, but I was supposed to graduate from Mountain View on May 14th. And then graduate from South on May 23rd. So I would have gotten my associate's degree a week before graduating with my high school degree.
Oh, man, that is crazy. So you're kind of waiting for both of them to kind of give you direction on what y'all are going to do.
Yes, I've heard that South's graduation may be pushed back, but they haven't come to a final decision yet. But for Mountain View, we still haven't been told anything. I think it was a couple days before they extended the stay at home. we were still told that we were still going to graduate on May 14th. So I don't know how that's going to happen. So I'm just waiting to hear back.
This is all just insane. Are you still doing class or anything for either your classes for either one of those? Okay.
Yes. I am doing everything online. All three of my college classes, which are the last 3 actual high school classes I have to take, it's a biology class, a trigonometry class, and then a British literature class. I'm taking all of those online, and my professors have made it super easy for me to transition to that. But I am also used to taking online courses because I have had to do those prior to the whole virus.
Everything, right, exactly. That's really, really neat that you guys are able to do that and graduate with a degree before you're even done with high school. So when was your prom supposed to be?
Next weekend, April 18th.
Oh, how are you feeling about that?
I was really upset because I had already bought my dress. I bought my dress at the end of January, and I was super excited. I went all out. I actually do makeup, so I was going to do a couple of my friends' makeup and get them ready as well as myself. So I was just super excited to make that memory one more time, and that was just kind of taken away. So I was super upset, but I am still going to try to take pictures in my prom dress by myself, just because it was very expensive, and I don't want to look back and say, oh, I wish I would have taken pictures still, or I wish this or I wish that.
Have y'all talked about, like, any of y'all and y'all's friends talked about doing something virtual, like in your prom dresses? Have y'all talked about that?
We've talked about making TikToks of us getting ready and then showing our dresses, and after this whole thing is over, trying to get together, just a small group of us trying to get together and have a mini prom just to say goodbye to our younger friends, just because I know that it is still tough on them as well as it is on us.
You know, that's something I didn't really think about. Y'all left to go, because this happened right before spring break, right? Y'all went to spring break, and then when y'all got back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the way that it happened for me was that South's spring break was a week before Mountain View spring break. So all of South spring break, I was still having to go to Mountain View and take classes. And so, I mean, it kept me busy. Like my sleeping schedule stayed regular. I wasn't mad about it. But then the week after, it was that Sunday before I was supposed to go on official break, that it was announced that it was extended spring break for South as well. So I was like, well, what does this mean for the college? So that entire week, I just stressed myself out. I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, I need to finish. I need to finish everything. So it was very confusing at first.
You guys left, and now you haven't been able to see your friends since.
I know.
I didn't even think. You know, you think about how all this happened, but you don't think about those little things. Like, you guys left, and then you didn't get to. And this is the time when you're doing all of this stuff that you should be, like senior breakfast and prom and all those things. So I hope that we can, you know, because I'm a part of the Alumni Association that we're starting for South, and, you know, and I know that there's a lot of people in the community that are really thinking about you guys and trying to really make sure that y'all get some special stuff done for you, because this is just such a hard time.
The Facebook page, Miss Vasquez, I actually know her son. We go to school together. She was so nice to start that Facebook page. Before we actually got on, my adopted family, they brought me a basket. So it made my day. So that was very nice of them. Like, I was very happy.
So the Facebook page that you're talking about is it's Adopt a Senior, and it's for GPISD. So it's all schools. It's not just South, but people can actually go on and adopt you guys and then bring y'all some goodies and, you know, different things. So that's a really good way to still just make sure that you guys are being treated special. I mean, this is a special time. So, but I see behind you, you did not miss out on any of the homecomings.
No, I made sure that was something that I stayed consistent on, because I am a part of the drill team at South. I'm a senior lieutenant this year. So my first year, they freshmen weren't allowed to try out, and then the next following year, my sophomore year, is when they allowed freshmen to start trying out. So I was just like, man, I have all these new friends, all these new sisters. So I want to make those memories still. So I made sure to make my mums and just have fun with them.
I still have mine somewhere. I had mine forever. Like, I remember, I think that I had mine at least until I was in my 20s, and they were a part of my apartments. Like, people would walk in and go, why are you still having your mums? I'm like, because these things are expensive. They're not cheap. Like, they're pretty. And so it's so funny because I started working with some guys that were from, at one point in time, I had some people that were coming from India and then from some northern states. And we started talking about homecoming mums, and they said, what do you mean? And I was like, do y'all not have homecoming mums up there? And they're like, no. I said, that must be just a down here thing. But I love them. They're just awesome. So the silver and white one is your senior one, I'm assuming.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't actually expect it to come out that big. I was stapling and gluing it on the floor. I had it laid out. And when I picked it up, I was like, oh my goodness, it's too big. It was a good memory. I had fun. I made every single part of it, but besides the flowers, instead of having a traditional bear in the center, I put a llama because it's one of my favorite animals. But the graduation cap, so I just made sure to just throw everything in there this year because it's my last year of high school.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that so much. So whenever you're done, so hopefully whenever all this graduation stuff happens, what is your next step?
I plan to attend a 4-year university. Right now, my top choice is Stephen F. Austin in Nacogdoches. Fingers crossed, I'm in the process of trying out for their collegiate dance team. So I'm just hoping. I want to major in biology to become an anesthesiologist. So.
Wow. Well, you know what? If you got your college degree before high school, I think that you're on the right path. My sisters actually went to Stephen F. Austin. So it's a gorgeous campus down there. It really is beautiful.
It's so pretty. When I had the campus, it was the weekend right after the senior night of football season, so it was like officially over, you can say. And I don't know, when I got on campus, it just felt so homey. The scenery was so pretty. I don't know, it was just something about the campus that really grasped me to it.
It's got so many pine trees. The pine trees are huge, and it's a small town. So it's not a super small town, but it's small enough to not feel like you're just getting lost. And then it's not too small to where you feel like there's nothing to do, because there is stuff to do in Nacogdoches for sure. And it's not too far away. You can come back home pretty easily, but then feel like you can stay gone a little, not have to come back all the time. So do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have 3 sisters. I have an older sister. She's not a freshman. She did the same program that I did, but at another school here in Dallas. And I have 2 younger sisters too, so it's just all girls.
So are y'all in are they in high school also? Are they?
My sister is in college, and then my 2 little sisters are in elementary school.
Oh, they're in elementary. So how are you guys handling being all in school at the same time right now?
I think for me and my sister, my older, it was pretty easy to transition because we're so used to just having classes online. But for my little sisters, it was something new for them having to share an iPad to try to get their work done, having constant Zoom meetings with their teachers, and just, I don't know, for me, it made me really sad for them because they're not getting to see their friends. Like, they can't get on the phone and be like, hey, I miss you, or anything like that. They have to be with each other and support each other through this time.
That is hard. And I have a 9-year-old, she's in the 3rd grade, but there's only one of her. And I thought about families that have multiple children that are all trying to use the devices all at the same time. I mean, there's only so many devices you can have in a house to do schoolwork on. Do y'all take turns?
Well, me and my sister our laptops that we do our work on, but my little sisters, they usually alternate from an iPad to using my mom's computer, and then them multitasking, doing things, and sometimes they'll switch, and then when they have their meetings, they'll go away with my mom just to have their own privacy with their class, because it can get pretty loud in the house.
Yeah, I would imagine so with all you girls. There's all girls in my family too, so my dad was odd man out for sure. Yeah, it's hard, and it's just so weird, because especially when it's this time of year, it's so beautiful outside, and we've got Easter. The weekend of Easter is here, so our weekends are real long. There's my daughter right there. Say hi. It's hard to not be able to go do the things that we're so used to be able to do. And especially for little kids, it's hard to explain to them what's going on. So how do they know, like, how have y'all talked to them about why they can't go do the things that they want to go do?
Well, at first, like, we would just, like, before they had gotten schoolwork, we're like, okay, let's go spend quality time outside. Like, it's so pretty outside. And then my little sister's birthday was the day that they announced that there was going to be an extended spring break. And so we just celebrated her birthday. It was my family and my grandparents, and then I think that was it. That came to the house, and we did a little cake for her. Mm-hmm. And we had to try to explain to her, well, this is going on, but she's so little that she's not going to fully understand what's happening. But they've been taking it pretty well. Just messing with each other and playing outside, playing with the dog, playing video games, exercising. So better. Yeah.
Luckily we do have technology, because I don't know how I would have handled it if ever I was a kid with only certain stations on the television and not being able to have access to. It'd be very hard. So at least there's that. I mean, and people are still able to continue with school, which is a good thing, and not have to quit. So at this point, they're just basically saying it's closed, but they're not making any determinations as far as when it's going to be over. Is that what y'all are hearing?
That's what we are hearing. I've heard different things, so I'm really just relying on my parents, because there's a lot of stuff on social media now that's scaring people and stuff like that. So I'm just really relying on my parents. I'm like, hey, like, have you heard anything else? Or, hey, like, have you gotten an email from the school? Because sometimes the school will email our parents instead of us. So I just try my best to stay as filled in as possible, but it's kind of out of our hands. We can't really control if people want to stay inside or not. So
that's a very good attitude. There's only so much that you can do, and there's only so much control that you can have. There's only so much control that we have over the situation, and the only thing that we can do is just make the best of it. I mean, that's all you can do, right? Otherwise you're just going to be at home being sad. So
probably a couple of days being sad. I was like, my senior year is over. Like, I had so much to do left, but I finally come to terms with it a little bit. But I still want to see my friends at least one more time, dance with my team one more time. I think that's what hit home the most, was that the last time that I saw my team may have been the last time that I saw my team. Like, that's what hurts.
That is true. Yeah, you guys, man, yeah, especially with the tight-knit group like you guys are. I mean, I had plenty of Cheyenne friends that, I mean, they're still tight-knit to this day, 20 years later. Just know that it's, like, done. But I really, really hope that summer comes along and you guys are able to do some things during the summer and still able to get together and have that experience. I really want y'all to have a graduation ceremony. I mean, you got to throw your hats up in the air. Man, so well, I'm just glad. I'm really so proud of you. I'm so proud that you have pushed yourself into doing taking the college credits and being done with that. You have no idea what you've done to make your future easier, because that first 2 years after high school is very hard to stay motivated, because you have all this freedom, and now that at least you've got the start of your degree. And I'm just, hang in there. I really hope that this all comes back around and summer is better. And and by the way, now that once you graduate, you are an official South Grand Prairie High School alumni. So you'll have to join the association. You'll get your first year for free. So you get to join the association. So we'll make sure that you get the information. But thank you so much, Samantha, for being on today with me.
Yes, of course.
Do you have any messages for your friends out there that you want to say before we leave?
I don't want to cry, but I just miss everybody so much, and I'm so proud of how we're all handling this. I miss my team so much. I'm so thankful for the admin and staff for helping me. Hopefully this is the last time that I saw y'all. Wasn't the last time, but everyone's in my prayers, and that's about it. I love y'all.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it again. And you have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend with your family.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.